So I present the draft first.
Yes, 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 please.
So this is the draft.
Okay.
Does the
Can you
proposal
zoom
be no?
zoom a bit? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Does the proposal have to be long? The wording
Have to be.
in the
Sorry, what? Have to be what?
have to be really long, like
Um. No, no, no.
oh no,
Yeah. Uh.
just in,
Sufficient enough to provide explanation lah yang
oh
needed for your proposal. Yeah. So try to keep it concise, but fill with just the ideas you have lah. Let me have
oh
a look. This is under this part is under
and problem. The
problem.
abstract I haven't
All right.
done yet.
Okay. So the, okay. Continue. Scroll down.
So here under solution.
Okay. So yeah, I get that you have but you are actually explaining in detail already what your um, I think you're explaining in detail already your what to say your your what lah your program. I think how you should write is that you focus on the in the high level viewpoint the problems, okay, um, like the, for example the the main problems lah the main problems like privacy for the chat. Is it you mentioned? Can you go back up to show the problem statement? All right. So I think okay, no existing. So this is example of problem. No existing centralized system that will help them to organize activity. Here, maybe you can explain more lah, what you mean by um, centralized system. What's the problem? Currently, what chatting through social media, WhatsApp, Instagram, Telegram. So this is the um, distributed way. It means not centralized. You mean they have to use multiple social
Yeah,
media app and platform, right?
yeah,
Okay,
very
so
disperse. Yeah.
okay, so can maybe you can elaborate why is that a problem?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you say well, okay, it's not found. That means in what sense is that a problem? What if they want to find another student that may be interested? Is you meant to say that uh, there will be restrictive lah, right? That means in finding students with similar
Similar
um,
interests.
interests. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's one problem. What else? You might focus on the um, how to say, multiple. You have to keep track
Multiple
multiple
activities.
activities um, in a multiple source lah, right? I think you have to elaborate on that as well.
Okay.
Uh, so basically, can you list it out? Can you list it out like uh, tell me what's the problem? Because uh,
Or
it's hard to when I read your what problem statement here, it's hard to identify the problems lah.
can be in bullet point also.
No, no, no. But I want you to tell me so I can guide you to how to write it. Uh,
No.
the first one, what's the problem? The first problem.
First one is, oh, should I write here?
Okay, yeah.
First is restrictive sim restrictive to similar interests.
Okay.
Like, okay,
How
second
to
is keep
yeah. Second,
track on multiple activity on multiple source.
all right. And what else?
Um, what? Mm, I don't know. Keep track restrictive um, this what rate how to say database to store all this previous activity history.
That's a solution lah. That's a solution. Um,
Problem. There's no um, mm,
you mentioned the organizing the activity. Maybe you can put there.
organize
The system can help to organize activities. Uh,
system
uh,
help
uh,
organize
rather than what the problem is right now without the system is very hard to organize because problem kan you can put there hard to okay okay
bigger font.
okay hard to maybe the third one is hard to organize because keeping track
Organ
and organizing, I'm not sure whether this is the same. Keeping track is finding out what activity you have on when. Okay, organize means like
to create.
scheduling, isn't it? Organize is to have a schedule and keep and you know uh, remind remind yourself when is the
Oh,
right. How to organize means schedule to schedule because if you have a central place for your activities, it's easier to schedule the date and time kan. So hard to organize and schedule. And then the fourth one is consistent way to hard to be reminded when is the
oh,
activities uh, it
when
happens lah, right?
happens.
Mm. Okay,
Oh,
right. So I think restrictive. I think the first one, maybe you write hard to find similar friends with similar or students with similar interests. Maybe not friends, students,
of
because
course.
maybe they are not your friends yet. To organize activities. Hard to find students with similar interests to organize activity to join activities. Yeah, the first one, to join or to you can join or you can
Host.
host activity. Yeah, all right. What else? Anything else? Because they're all related, but they are different uh different feature of the same thing, right? Anything else? Schedule
Hard,
it, organize it, reminding, keeping track.
hard to like uh, hard to know if there is a activity, but I think that's the
Yes,
first one.
yes. Hard to find. Also hard to find activities ongoing or future activity, ongoing or fu- um,
That
ongoing
is
or future activities or what? Hard to find.
that is being host.
Hard to find future activities. Hard to find
Like
future activities. Maybe you want to join, right?
yeah,
Hard
yeah.
to find future activities that uh, to join lah, for students to join. Right. Okay. Yeah. So if right now, does your system provide safety? That means you can ensure. Hang on, is there any safety issue if without your system?
Without system.
Mm,
Mm,
I was thinking of like
let
in
me
any
see.
case, even right now, manually you can still restrict your what makan members. So maybe
Members
that's
to view the post.
yeah, maybe it's not you mentioned about it's public when you if you post in the
Or
yeah,
restrict the publicity. I mean,
restrict the restrict access to only to student members lah kan. You can control,
or
yeah, you can control.
oh yeah, because if manual other outside the campus also
Yeah,
can view.
yeah. Or if it's a social media, public also can see, but maybe you
Yeah,
want to make it like private kan, how to restrict access to private activities. Okay. Yeah, how to restrict access only to student members. Yeah, correct. Uh, Anything else?
mm,
I think this is okay, because these problems, and then when you propose a solution, your solution using your app can solve all these issues because of your system, yeah? Because your system will have student members, and then they can specify what their interests are inside the system, so that when the system recommends activities is based on their interest already, right? And but no matter whether you know the student or not, but it's still safe because it's restricted to student members, meaning your app can be used to register when this can validate whether the student that registers belong to students lah. I mean the students only UC students, something like that.
Oh,
Keeping track of multiple activity means you have it is stored in the database and it's a centralized storage lah, right? So now I'm talking about what you're going to write in the solution.
this
Scheduling
one.
means you can see all the date and time of the events and who's the member joining, right? And the system can you can implement a reminder system, right? Reminder system, that means it can notify you, right? So are you going to if you're writing and if you're writing a mobile app, this one will be nice, to that means it can send a reminder to the Android notification. Oh, you know,
Oh, perfect.
are you going to combine? Okay. If you generate the schedule, can the schedule uh, that means you can you insert one line under schedule, the third one,
One line
insert line
means
here, um, cannot automate the integration, have to manually enter, sorry, delete that, student have to manually enter, the activity events into their calendar. Example, Google Calendar.
this one also can possible using.
Possible. You can do this. That means when you create the schedule, when you create the event, right? The event can, if let's say you log in, so Novel, you can export the calendar ICS, right? In the ICS
Yes.
format, right? From your Google Calendar, right? In your Google Calendar, you already have all your student schedule, right? Your study lah, right? So that means if the app can help the student to uh, the system, when you want to put in the schedule, your app can
Create the schedule.
provide the available time based on your calendar schedule, right?
Can the system retrieve information from the calendar also?
Can because the Google Calendar can export in ICS format. ICS format is a standard format for calendar,
Oh,
right? And then your app can import that into you know, because
oh,
if you log in as Noel, you can then load your own ICS you export from your calendar, and your app can then um, see where is the available time, right?
mm,
Available time, because you don't want to the clash,
mm.
right?
Is this the spelling?
Yeah, ICS, yes, ICS. I give you the link. There is a, if you type ICS format, okay, calendar format in the Google, it can show you the standard formatting. Yeah, ICS calendar. Yeah, right.
Oh,
So you can see, right? And this is standard for all the major calendar, right? As that means Google also support to export and import.
oh,
So to provide the you know, for the app to know which time you are available, because it will know from the ICS file you export, where is your study time. So your study time, your lecture, tutorial, whatever other activities you already have inside your calendar, the system will ignore those times and only give available time, because you want to schedule the activity, right? So only give you the time that is available, so don't overlap, kan? Right. Once you set the schedule, if you want, you can export, then you can import from the Google again, the ICS, right? And then your all the your schedule, your created activity now will be combined with your Google, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Uh, my other FYP student previously already done this, but for different application. They do for scheduling,
oh,
doing
oh,
exercise, but they want to do exercise. But they, so I can tell you that it's possible because they already done it, right?
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So yes, so that is your solution, solution for the, it's one of the feature that, automatic automatic, how to say this, for the solution to automate,
Automate the scheduling.
not not automatic scheduling, but what is it that is that, the system can automatically give you the available time based on your current calendar schedule, right?
Oh,
And also can, how to say, synchronize your activities back to your calendar, right?
hmm.
So that will be good lah. It's easy for the students to work with. So when they schedule, then all the activities they use your app to work, is now sync with your Google Calendar. So then, uh, because students use the Google Calendar to check their study, they can also use it to check their activities lah. Yeah.
So is it can the system also display the activity that clash with the current schedule? Cannot,
Uh,
right?
yeah, in the first place, when you want to create an activity, the system, because you already import your own ICS, right? Then the system already know what are the available times for you, right? And
Hmm.
then for you, so then you can see which activity available is not clash with your schedule.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
do you know what I mean? For example,
Oh,
you log into the system, right? So you click a button. Let's say lah, you already export the latest ICS, right? And then you say, check. Then you want to check all the activities behind the scene. The system already, because you already, in your profile, you
okay.
already linked to the ICS file. The
Oh,
system behind the scene already read your ICS file. Then it compares the ICS, your schedule with the activity schedule that the system wants to show to you, right? So the system already know which activities will clash with your classes. All right.
oh,
And then you can then the filter will be set to only shows activities that does not clash. You can then, if you still want to see, you can check the filter, and then it shows you which one clash. But then you click again, then it can only show it will only show the activities that is not clash with your own
oh,
schedule in the from the calendar. Yeah, so in
oh,
that way, you know that all the schedules shown to you, based on your interest, will only show those that is not clash with your own schedule.
hmm.
Right? Then you have to check here and check there, check here, and the app does it for you. That means it has some smart inside lah, smart comparison.
So the student need to use the school, I mean, campus email. to log in, just to retrieve the
Oh,
ICS file.
not necessarily, because the ICS they can just it's a separate makan. You have to you have to go to Google Calendar and then just export. Have you tried before
No, not at all.
exporting? I should show you very quickly.
No. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this is my calendar. A little bit slow my system. I have it open just now. So if you come here, right,
Okay.
and then you go here, uh, no, so many already I didn't delete them. Yeah, where is it already? Hmm. Eh? Yeah, yeah, kah? Yeah, here, the settings, and then you can go here. Yeah, refreshing again. How come? Ah, you come here, a bit slow there. The import export.
Oh, over there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, import export. So you can select which calendar from your uh, Google Calendar you want to export. Okay, for me, I might have my own personal one. I might have my, so you can select which one you want to export, right? So you export the ICS. Your app read the ICS, and it knows your schedule, and then when it and then it can then cross check your schedule with the activities, okay, so that can show you only the activities that
Doesn't
is,
clash.
yeah, doesn't clash, right?
So this exporting done by the students or the system?
By the student.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
there's no API for the Google Calendar to immediately give you the online give you the calendar. So you have to do yourself lah. It's okay. This is fine because this restriction is restriction by the Google Calendar. And most calendar also do this. They don't give you direct API access. They you have to
Oh,
export, and then after that you have to import. The import part, yeah, is when you create, okay, you create the activity. When you create the activity, right, then the system, your apps do the same thing, propose to you those time that does not clash with your current calendar activities lah, right? So that when you select the time, and the date, it's already free lah, right? So when you create already, then the app can also uh, export an ICS. Then you can then go to your calendar to import that ICS, right?
oh, the import also student have to do manually.
Yes, that one you have to do it online because that is again restriction by Google. This is
Okay.
Google way to how to add to and also to add and retrieve uh, um, um, your calendar events. They don't give you API directly, right?
So the system only like cross check which
Mm,
are uh,
yes. And another thing you can do, right, is maybe you're attracted to only those activities near to your home, your address, right? And you
oh,
can
the
do
one with
this. Yeah, yeah. Again, a filter to just show you the activities that, because the activities will have a location, right? A venue. Where is it? So you might want to say, I want to see, you might filter by activities close to my home, right? Something like that, or close to campus, right? Okay, and I know this can be done because other FYP students already did such a thing, but for different application lah, right?
Well, what do they use for the one?
The Google Map API.
Or is it free? Or
Yeah, it's sufficient for the free version. The thing is,
oh
the difference between free version and non-free version is that the non-free version, sorry, the free version, you're only limited to a certain number of times in a day that you can call, and it's sufficient for you to show as your application can work with it, right?
oh
And what I advise my students to write in their report is that for deployment of the app, then maybe needs to get the developer paid version of the what lah Map API, because and all companies who wants to use Map API in their app, if it's serve like more than a certain number of calls to the API. That's how the Google charge lah. They charge by how many times your your app calls the API in a day.
oh
But for free version, I think it's enough for you as a developer and for testing lah, right? But if your software is so popular, so popular, of course, thousands of people are using it. You can imagine in a day the calls they make to Google Map API is a lot lah. Imagine like Grab is using, but I think if your company is like Grab making so much money, I think that cost is absorbed lah. Yeah, but you are
oh
just writing an app. You can use the developer free edition, so that is the number of times you call is sufficient for you to develop, you to test, and also to just to like to show in the presentation it's okay, right?
okay
I think this is another thing that you can do for your filtering lah, right? Okay. All right. So can proceed to the rest of the what? Let me just
okay
okay. Problem solution already. Okay. Let me see the other part.
under solution
Okay. Solution will follow what you edit in your problem just now.
problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right. Okay. Target market. Okay. Students. Okay.
students.
Okay. All right.
So is there any modification need to be done?
All right. So yeah, students.
Minimum.
You can say you can write a little bit more about what is Tunku Abdul Rahman University. Tunku Abdul Rahman
No.
University main campus have how many students? We have how many branches, right? And in Sabah branch we have you can add some more information. Imagine that your audience don't know, right? I know you're writing for me, writing for your moderator, but imagine that the you're actually writing this to outsider who doesn't know anything about tar UC. Then you have to be a little bit more detailed. You have to explain every single thing lah. Huh? Oh well,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So begin with Tunku Abdul Rahman University is college is right. Okay.
Okay.
So that means you're writing a little bit more than just this short lah.
Okay.
A way for you to expand your writing, your size or the size of your writing. All right,
Okay.
competition, contribution. Currently, the noise allow students to connect. You you have not done the literature survey to find out whether really there is no existing system. You can only
Oh, actually,
confidently say that Did you do already?
Eh, actually,
Because
there is.
yeah, if you claim something like this, you have to be really sure and you have to provide citation to show that yes, there is no existing system. To be safe, you can say you can limit or qualify so qualify your statement by saying currently there are no system existing in TAIUC.
You see. Oh,
Yeah, then it's safer. Then definitely there's none. You know for sure there's none because there is none. The TAIUC app also don't have, right? But yeah, but if you say in general like that, we cannot really know for sure because we haven't conduct a survey. We have not go and into other universities in Sabah, Malaysia, or even overseas. So
oh,
whenever you make a claim, unless you can provide citation, you have to qualify it. So restrict your statement to the apps, the really the thing that you know for sure, lah, right? Allow student to connect. So your contribution, you have to here you will you present your advantage lah, advantage compared to current system. Current system, the mail system, right? So list means write about the what what benefit your users will that means if the user your user use your application, what benefits will they get, right, compared to
so means I just repeat what I mean. Repeat what over here lah, stated here. Like,
yeah, yeah, remember this problem, the solution is the solution you describe how your app is going to solve it. Here what are the benefits your users will get if they use your app. Uh,
benefits.
so the writing, there might be similar content, but the way you present your the information slightly different, right? Solution to the you at first you describe the problem. Okay, these are the problem. Then the solution is okay. So I have this app. Then you start to list out how your app is going to solve the problem, right? Here, advantage, right, is if your so let's say your users now using your app, what will be the benefit to them? uh, okay, so
Oh,
the way you write to explain it slightly different from you explain from the point of view like solution is you're presenting your how your app solve that problem, means a little bit focus is on your app. So here the focus on your user, what will your
and the
what
user.
benefit
Oh,
user get if they use your app, right, compared to uh, compared to the current system where there's no system, just manually contact each other and all this thing, right? Now here it says over competition, right? Competition usually are similar software. Did you try to find online whether there is any, may not be exactly the same, but maybe in the same spirit there is an application like that. Is there any? Okay, so if
actually,
there's,
yeah.
then you also can use that as comparison.
Comparison.
Ah, okay. So similar software also can, right? And better yet, if you have more, if you can get at least three or four, and then you list out their functionality into like a table matrix, and you tick 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 functionality, and then your software what function, and then you also have your software in the table with your software's functionality as mentioned in the solution, right? What your software can do, tick 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 tick, right? And then
Oh,
for there for from there you can show the your the benefit lah, right? If you if we can summarize like this lah. So
mm.
why should the user use your app rather than the other app,
Oh.
right?
So I can include the table lah
Yeah,
inside the report.
yes, you can include a table, and then you can include, if you want to compare, you find those app that is uh, maybe not exactly the same as your your app that you have an idea to do, but maybe similar in terms of what they want to provide. And then you check for each app, what are their features, okay? And then try to, let's say app number one, and then for the row, feature A. So maybe it's not exactly the same, but nearly the same. So you can see, then you tick those app that you have selected. If they have similar feature, tick, right? And will be good if at the last column your own app, and then if your app going to provide, of course you can tick also. And then if your app got the extra feature they don't have, for example, I think they wouldn't have the integration with the Google Calendar, or they wouldn't have the uh, automatically checking whether uh, the activity is a way to what lah, to recommend the system based on location, based on your own schedule. Maybe that's unique to yours, so you tick yours. The others app no tick, right? From there you straight away can see, oh yeah, your system is got this advantage on the other system because they don't have something like that lah.
Can my app can like there's no tick, like one tick only. The
Sorry,
other app,
your
like
app, yeah.
yeah, my app there's one feature that has no tick, but the other app has tick. But the one time
Oh, it
only.
depends on what your finding is. See, if
Finding.
you find that the features that other app is actually quite good, and if you think that, oh, I should include this one, then you tick, right? That means if you also want to provide. If not, then you don't tick lah. If you don't have that feature and you're not going to implement that feature,
So
right?
if can my app have more ticks than the compared apps?
Not necessarily,
Oh,
because what their ticks may not be suitable to Thai UC students. Understand? Because
oh,
your target is Thai UC student, right? And you're finding apps that maybe general public, maybe to not specifically to Thai UC student, maybe lah. So you have
mm,
to the one you have to judge yourself. Which one is, yeah. So of course, ideally you want yours more tick rather than the, or tick on something that you know your target user, the students, really need, right?
really good.
Compared to the more general application.
Oh,
Hmm?
okay,
Is that okay?
okay.
All right. So after this one, any more? That's it, right? Sit down.
Mm,
Milestone.
yeah,
Milestone. You just follow the deadline.
the
Agak
one
agak from,
provided.
yeah, from the deadline that I share with you in Google Classroom.
This
Yeah,
one,
you just do. Yeah,
but the dates I'm not sure what to
yeah.
put.
Follow the. In the Google Classroom, I shared the deadlines.
Oh, oh,
Ada kan? In our Google Classroom, there's already the deadlines. You use that as a guide.
oh, deadline. This one. Oh,
Yeah,
this one.
use this as a guide. Yeah, use that as a guide for your own milestone.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
So, any more to add in?
I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, of course you have to maybe a little bit more references lah.
Oh,
Maybe add three more, two, three more. If you can see,
three.
if
Okay.
you find the app that you want to compare, and that one also is a reference lah, where you get the app from.
Oh,
Yeah. You also cite where, I mean, part of your references here will be pointing to the website where you get the app from lah, that you want to compare with your with your own proposed system lah.
Oh, so if I then complete all this, then I can straight away submit to sir.
Yeah, can you, yeah, you can PM to me first, then
PM.
I
Oh,
check a final check, do a final check, then you submit. Then we submit and
oh,
say
okay,
okay. If I there's nothing major to change, then okay lah. Submit
oh,
the final version.
okay,
Yeah, you send you message to me. You let me read your draft first lah. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You submit
Sub
in PDF format lah. Yeah, I will
submit
create the
in where?
submission in the Google Classroom. Sorry, Noel. What did you want to
Oh,
say?
is there the Google Classroom for project? Because that one is for general, right?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to create. I will create one for project lah because this one. But apparently, when I look at it, I saw that Sue already make use of this. This is supposed to provide information, but it's okay lah. Let her do. But maybe for you and me, we will create our own Google Classroom. I will create and then invite you in.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
submit separate. Not from here lah. I think this one it
This
become
one
messy,
for
especially next sem. I think the group two will start their project proposal next sem.
oh,
Mm.
but they cannot join. I mean, they cannot join me already. It's their own group already.
Sorry, you
Like
cannot
if
join
they
what? You still
join,
be inside here, but we have our own. I'm thinking of creating our own Google Classroom for your submission.
oh,
Yeah, but this one you still join in here lah. But I think there's
oh,
another. There should be another. I'm not sure whether I should use the same because your timing is different, bah. Group one and
yeah,
two, the timing is different until get confused. The students get confused. So I think for the group two, we will create another Google Classroom for them lah. Information
oh,
should be all the same except the deadline may be different for them. Yeah. But for your submission,
yeah.
uh, not sure whether I should use the same Google Classroom. I think I want to use my own Google Classroom.
Mm.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I think better separate.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay.
Okay,
So you complete your the draft and then final draft and then you let me read it. Okay, and then I see whether any more changes and then if none, then final submission.
okay,
Then arrange with your moderator.
okay. Sir, can I know who's the moderator?
I think the best person should be currently right now because um, this semester only uh, me and Sue, Farah and Kelvin selected Sue as their
Supervisor.
supervisor. So I probably will be her supervisor. She will be my supervisor. Sorry, she will be my moderator. I will be her moderator.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Mm, mm. But next sem, I think when the G2, since Sue's quota will be two already, she's already taken two, so she might take additional one, maximum one, I guess. The rest of the quota will go to other lecturers, I think, for the G2.
I see.
Mm. So it could probably be Suryani lah, for your moderator.
Oh,
Mm.
I thought it's from the KL.
No, KL, I think there are so many students. In fact, I'm actually supervising 12 of their students,
Oh,
moderating another 6 of their students
oh,
to
I see.
outside. So I I think there are they have too many students and not enough lecturers. So each lecturer, they have so many FYP students under them already. I don't think we can ask them to moderate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now
So
I'm also supervising KL student, but under software engineering, they are also having their final year project right now.
how I mean how involved with KL in the first place? Yeah.
Sorry, Noel.
How how Sir got involved with the KL
Oh,
students in the first place?
because I initially last time we have students. We don't have RSD yet here. So our diploma students, if they want to do bachelor, they go to KL. So some of the students, they prefer me to be their project supervisor. So I said,
Oh,
okay lah, yeah. So even before the pandemic, we already been doing um, supervision like weekly by using what lah this
oh,
online meeting like this. So after that, I think the FOCS, they they continue lah. Then they start to allocate me their students, right? But their students not RSD. They mostly give me our RSF students. RSF students, because RSF is software engineering, their project need to really include other like aspect like AI, machine learning, things like this, right?
oh,
So because I am in this area, but AI and machine learning, so I think they want someone who can guide them on that one lah, on that aspect.
oh,
Yeah. So the RSF student, they're doing the FYP. I give you an example. So one of a couple of the students under me from software engineering, uh, they have done software that is able to, for example, to create a software that is able to help, let's say, canteen. In KL there are thousands of students, but their canteen is limited. I think they only have two canteens, right? So even during before pandemic, the canteen is very full. Now during pandemic, the canteen is going to be reduced because of SOP, reduced number of students go in. So anticipated there will be queues lah, queues. So they want to create uh, a way to manage the queues lah. That means one of the feature is they want to use to observe or to count how many students are there at any one time, right? They want to employ a camera, okay, using machine vision that can count how many students there are at the moment at the canteen. So it's always updating the database. So uh, there's a software that they're going to write the app. They write that students can use to find out and also to plan when they go to have their canteen meals lah, right? So because imagine if your lecture is uh, halfway between the first canteen and the second canteen, and in KL the area is very large. For you to go to a canteen from maybe FOCS building takes you quite some time. How many minutes? 10 minutes, something like that. So
oh, they walk up.
yeah, so if you
Oh,
want to know, hey, which one should we go? Canteen one or canteen two? Don't know which one is have a queue,
the
right?
nearest
So if
or
they have,
queue.
they can check the app. The app is in real time monitoring how many students what is the capacity of the canteen, so they can choose
Oh,
which one they want to go. Something like that. So because they RSF, they have to at least have some. RSD is not required, but depending on the students, if the students want to do, they can. In terms of having some kind of AI or machine learning part of their app lah, to make their app a bit more innovative lah, right? But RSF, if you notice the guide, especially mentioned there that they have to have this kind of features inside lah. So for that particular example just now, they want to use you know uh, that what do you call that, that
game
machine
time.
vision, yeah, machine vision
Oh,
to
machine.
detect how many
Oh,
students in there, things like that.
so
The
they detect
other
the face.
students, they are doing my because I'm currently involved in research project on controlling multiple drones. So again, we need students to do that. So the software engineering student, they study, they do have AI course, so they are a little bit familiar lah. So some of them, they wanted to do that, so I give them one group. I asked them to do the agent communication language for the drones. Um, we imagine that each drone is one a software agent, and this agent can be autonomous, and we want to allow this agent to communicate each other. So they need an agent language lah. So one group, I asked us to look into that. Another group is, I ask them, because if the drone needs to do their tasks, for example, they're flying in like the estate to take picture of the plantation. Why? Because there's a special there's a camera with a special lens that allow the camera to take near infrared image, so that the owner of the plantation, after do some image processing, they can see under near infrared image, a plant that is not healthy, it will show different color. So that means you can basically use that to analyze whether your plant needs any intervention or not lah. You have to go and maybe uh, see why your plant is in distress. Okay, so usually they use drone pilot, but right now one drone needs one pilot. Okay, so we are thinking, can we make the drone semi-autonomous, meaning to say one pilot, multiple drones, so the drones are clever enough to divide the area among themselves to take picture, right? And without specific piloting control by the pilot, the drone pilot. So one group I asked to do, um, to come up with a solution whereby if you're given a map, they can segment the map based on uh, flight distance, capacity of the drone battery, uh, you know, and you flight using because the battery is for drone is crucial lah. How long they operate in order to cover a certain area. Normally include the flight to and from that area and things like this lah. So we need to have a way to for the software to automatically divide the map into work areas and then assign each of the drone that work area. And then another group need to do waypoints, meaning to say from the base point and for the drone uh, to go to the assigned starting location in flight. So they have to go there, and then all these waypoints, and the drones must be able to have a simple way to, I mean, not simple, have a way to avoid obstacle, while they're
Oh,
flying towards the the identified location. So there are different groups, different doing different things lah. So and then we can combine their what lah. One another group already completed. They actually did the framework for communication, peer-to-peer communication between drones, because drones always operate in places where there's no internet, right? So we cannot rely on like client server chat architecture. So we want to use peer-to-peer, right? To mirror that we don't have a server where we're going, but we might be able to create a Wi-Fi network, okay, local lah kan, local Wi-Fi network where the drone can operate within, and then that means the framework that the agent communication language will run on top lah, right? The agent communication language will run on top of that peer-to-peer and secure communication. So the communication is peer-to-peer as well as in, providing encryption, so that the encryption means the communication is secure. So no one can basically hack into the communication and then send a directive to the drone to fly somewhere else. Yeah, so it must
Oh,
be secure, so it's encrypted. So these are the kind of projects that they're doing, because they are from RSD. They normally expected to do a more those project more towards this kind of project. Yeah.
oh. So can dismiss us, sir?
Sorry. Oh,
Can
this means
dismiss
yeah, yeah.
the.
You want
Yeah.
to no more to discuss, yeah? Noel?
Oh yeah. No more. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.